is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What's good, YouTube? I just wanted to cover one of the hotter topics today, which is going to be Luol Deng possibly returning back to his former coach, Tom Thibodeau, the Minnesota Timberwolves head coach. He already brought and then traded for Jimmy Butler, Derrick Rose, and obviously Taj Gibson, just to name a few. Um, this is not really that much random considering that he brought back his whole Chicago team besides Joakim Noah, and I wouldn't be surprised if Joakim Noah ended up on his team because they trying to stretch or buy him out in New York. So the thing I don't really know what to think about this. Luol Deng didn't really play that much in LA. He didn't get that many minutes. He took a $7.5 million pay cut and they stretched him, and that allowed them to, save some salary cap so they can get a max player next year. That's the main reason why he's not with the Lakers anymore. Plus, at the end of the day, he wasn't doing anything on that Lakers bench anyway. He still feel like he can contribute. He still feel like he can make a team better. And, he's not that old. Luol Deng ain't like he's 45 years old. He still is a decent middle-aged player that you can get some decent stuff out of him, especially because you already know how to utilize him because you have a coach that already know how he is as a player, know what his strengths and weaknesses is, and he already knows what he's going to get out of Luol Deng. Now, obviously, Luol Deng, he's only 33, so actually he'd be turning 34 later this season when it starts. So at the end of the day, I definitely want to see, because he did play very well in Miami. He was able to play a stretch four role while also being able to switch a lot and hit the three at that three position too. So if he can do that, that's something that they do need, because Andrew Wiggins hasn't really been the perfect fit for them, and to have somebody, just in case Wiggins or Jimmy Butler go down, to have that wing that you can just plug right in there, and you know what he's going to give you. He's going to go out there and hustle, play hard, get steals, knock down shots. He's a guy that can play within the offense. He doesn't need the ball. He doesn't want the ball. He just does what his team need him to do to win, and that's what I liked about Taj Gibson. In addition to, I feel like they overpaid him just a little bit, but other than that, Taj Gibson did what he does. He's going to play hard defensively. He's going to knock down elbow jumpers, and he's going to be the guy that's going to get a lot of benefits from other players being aggressive, because he's going to get the open looks, and that's something that Luol Deng is going to bring to the table. Everybody's going to be focused on Towns. Everybody's going to be focused on Butler or whoever's on the court with him. He's just going to get a lot of easy buckets, and when he's having a lot of these injuries, he was run down by Chicago. It was good that he was able to get these type of breaks, even though it did hurt his career because he wasn't really playing. Then you don't really know what you're going to get out of him, because he should be a completely different player now than he went when he first started with the Lakers a couple years ago. But he rested. He didn't play that much. Obviously, he practiced and was a mentor, but he was getting run down and tired in Chicago, getting a lot of injuries. He looked it old. He looked it like he still had some left in the tank, but it looked like it was running out. And then he goes to LA and didn't play that much, and now he should be ready to go. 33 is still a decent age for a player, especially of his caliber. He still has enough mobility. He still is long and lanky, and he still can play multiple positions. So I definitely can see him taking that Jamal Crawford role, which Jamal Crawford really basically was able just to go out there and contribute the best way he can. But this is a guy that can play more position than Jamal Crawford, and he's more athletic. Well, not more athletic, but more a defensive player too. But at the end of the day, we'll definitely see where this goes. I don't really see any, negative benefit. You have roster spots already open. Why not get a guy that what he brings to the table. And on top of that, it is kind of weird seeing Tom Thibodeau literally bring all of the Bulls players that he played with and that he coached all on the same roster, and they wasn't able to win the championship then um, with this roster, and now they all kind of toe up and beat up, injured a lot, and now they get a chance to play with each other. And like I said, added Joakim Noah will be the icing on the cake, bringing back this old Bulls team with a little bit of newness. They got a dominant inside force. Something that they didn't really have when they was in Chicago and Karl Anthony Towns. They have a guy like Wiggins who can play the 2 or the 3, and he's a guy that can explode any game and hit a game winner or just take over a couple quarters or even get 1 quarter of streakiness or just balancedly get buckets throughout transition and getting easy baskets from Jimmy Butler and Towns. Obviously, you have Jeff Teague to push the tempo. The best part about him, he's a pass-first system point guard, and that's something that they needed, especially for this type of team. But it is random seeing that a lot of this roster is really the Chicago roster. And if you would have told me that when Tom Thibodeau takes over the Minnesota Timberwolves, that he was going to get back all the players that he already coached, it's not really a bad idea. We seen it with Doc Rivers getting guys like Jeff Green and players like that to come play with his Clippers teams. Because, like I said, you do know what you're going to get, and you know how to utilize them, and you know them as a person, you know their work ethic, and you know how you can utilize them. So one thing I would say to end the video, though, is when you look at this roster, they have to find talent. They have to go out there and get players that can really make a difference. They got a lot of money invested into Jimmy Butler, and his money and his salary is only going to go up from here because his extension is going to be around the 30 million, 30 to 35 million, and that's going to put them over the cap. And then on top of that, they paying Luol Deng 15 million. Todd Gibson got paid 14 million, and then you still paying Andrew Wiggins 25 million. But not only that, you paying Jeff Teague 19 million. But not only that, you still have to pay Karl Anthony Towns, who's already an All NBA and an All Star player already, and he's making 7 million. But he's gonna have to get a contract extension that's gonna get him over 20 million a year. So basically, what I'm saying is, you want to get as many good players as you can on this roster, so that way you can still be able to compete in the West. Now, that's the only thing I was kind of worried about when they allowed Tom Thibodeau to make these moves, because I don't really see these moves making them, even with the Derrick Rose signing, I don't feel like these moves going to help them win a championship. Even if they decide not to pay Jimmy Butler, to me, they'll take a step backwards, not paying Jimmy Butler. And I feel like even if they pay Towns, they still going to be at that cap with Wiggins, Towns, unless they trade somebody for a pick and just get free salary cap relief. This team going to be paying a luxury tax. And the crazy part about this team is that they're not even good enough to really even compete for a championship in the West. And that's the sad part about this team, how capped out they're going to be. And they're not really even a legitimate contender for the championship. And they're not even a legitimate contender to even get to the Western Conference Finals with this current roster. So I definitely want to see what they're going to do these next 2 years as they get closer. Yes, they made the playoffs, and they haven't made the playoffs in the last 14 years, and they finally made the playoffs. But the goal of making the playoffs is to win a championship. And this team doesn't have a legitimate shot unless Wiggins continues to develop and become something more and become more worth that contract. And same with Karl Anthony Towns. Can he really continue to develop? Can he be a defensive anchor? Can he be more dominant on the offensive end? If not, this team is going to be cap strapped. And they're not going to really have that much wiggle room to make any moves or improve the roster, and they're basically going to be stuck. So adding Luol Deng for basically nothing is good, because you rather have him than nobody. And I still feel like he can really play, especially getting those 2-year breaks in LA. Now he should be able to go out there and finish his career strong. I do think he'd be more of a 6 or a 7 man. He definitely won't be starting, but this guy can still give you at least 10 points. And if he does that, that's solid for him coming off the bench to be able to give you 8 to 10 points every single game. And he's a guy that has performed in the playoffs. He's a guy that has been an all-star. He's a guy that Tom Thibodeau already know. And he already has a little bit of chemistry with Rose, Taj, and obviously Jimmy Butler. And that should help them defensively. That should add another mentor, and that should add another guy that can, holler back what Tom Thibodeau was saying, because he already knows that him and Tom Thibodeau made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Um, and that's as successful as they've been able to get. But that's still good enough because you only one series away from the NBA Finals. So this team has already been wild and crazy because Jimmy Butler rumors, but now they add another Bulls veteran alumni to join this Minnesota Timberwolves team. So let me know what you guys think. Do this trade matter? This pickup matter? Do it don't matter? Is it, Luol Deng done? Is he washed up? Do you think since he had that break in LA to reinvigorate his body, get a lot more prepared, and go into a team like the Timberwolves that need a guy to come off that bench and give them a spark besides Derrick Rose? So he might still get 15 to 25 minutes, and that should be good enough for him to make an impact, especially because he can play multiple positions and he can space out the floor and knock down threes. So at the end of the day, we'll definitely see. But it is funny that he's bringing all these old school Bulls players to add to this young core of Andrew Wiggins, Towns, and the other guys on this roster like Gorgie Dang. So we'll definitely see what happens in the future with this team. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Check out my Spreadshirt, buy merchandise, mouse pads, hoodies, t-shirts, sweaters, whatever you want. I got them available, any color, any size. And you can pick any logo that's available and customize that too. Thanks for the support. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. And check out my older videos, Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to let me know what you guys think about the Minnesota Timberwolves picking up Luol Deng this offseason.